Where this training really pays off, if you ask me, is when you work on your reverse grip. So typically, even when you do solo without any targeting, sometimes it's very difficult to get any correct feedback. On this thing, feedback's immediate, and also if you get yourself a camera, you can see how the target placement is done. So if you look at my current FFS blade, remember, depending on the blade type and design, for example, if you have a dagger, obviously if you throw your shots like this, it sticks better on the shot placement. But when you have a slight Wharncliffe or Hawkbill like blades, if you throw your shot like that, what happens is you'll hit your target, and because of the tip orientation of it, you'll literally be bouncing off your opponent's skull. So this is the reason why it's important to understand your blade trajectory and your angle alignment of the tip. So in order to do that properly on this thing is, one, if you watch how I thrust now, it's more in this manner because my blades that I use, whether it was UUK Vampire or UUK, or my current standard blade that I'm pretty much attached to 24/7, which is my Fluoro Fighting Systems line by Jensen Elite, or my treasured Fluoro Fighting Systems rate by our good friend Matt Zhu of Zhu Blade Works. These, it's better to thrust like this than this, because if I do this, yes, if with a dagger grind it will be better, but with something that's got a hawk, like a worn hawkbill blade, if I do this, there's a more likely chance that it will literally be bouncing off this. If it hits the bottom instead of the actual correct tip orientation, it'll literally be bouncing off. So it's very important to understand that. When you spar, because of the sparring buffer, it's very difficult to understand this because it'll hit and you'll feel the effect because of the shape of the buffer. But this is the reason why when you look at, if you do the timer, or if you do slow down a lot of my sparrings after 2022, you see that a lot of my thrusting, they're not this, it's this. So that's the biggest differences that you'll notice, and if these transitions correctly when I'm using a live blade. So it's very important to understand that as you train solo at home. Way I see it, as I was discussing with one of my brothers yesterday, shout out to my brother John. Congratulations, brother. My brother John Morbeck just got advancement in contact, our teacher master on James A. Keating's practice. Shout out to Uncle Jim. Hey Uncle Jim, wish you the very best, fast healing. The way I see it right now, the future of practices such as ours is not going to be in that of commercial schools or practices that was the fad of the 1980s and 90s, like commercial martial arts schools. I just don't see that happening, especially when it's a blade practice. So the future lies within online courses for those instructors who could produce the material and who have amazing web admin. Like in our Fluoro Fighting Systems, we have Aaron. Shout out to Aaron. How's it going, brother? And to my teacher and my master, Grandmaster Raymond Flo. Hey, bro. Hopefully everything's well. Another great week starting. Ray has the best combination for success, if you ask me, and he was literally years advanced before everyone else was even catching on to this, which is offering online course material that you can simply purchase a course and study online at home. Honestly, I'll tell you right now, during COVID, that literally kept my skill up to date, at the same time my students' skills up to date, because I require, if you join my practice, you need to purchase FFS online course in order to join, and Essential Ray Fluoro is required because it has the base fundamentals. So that allows you to train at home and work on your fundamental skill sets. Then when you come and see me for training, we spar and I simply correct where, if any, training scars that's there to make you the best that you can be in floor fighting systems as we spar and you gain experience through sparring. So that's how we do our training. So important aspect is just having a simple file folder and just using that and just working on your drills. That is all you need to make your solo training possible. A lot of you guys might be saying like, well, you know, that doesn't fight back. That's what sparring is for, my friend. If you want to work your distance, what I recommend is each time you could connect, take a step back. Each time you connect, take a step back. Each time take a step back. And work on that even from further. Each time you take, boom. That's how you develop your skill sets as you progress forward. Obviously, this isn't correctly hided, because if I want to do that, I'll probably get some chairs and do that instead, which really isn't that difficult. I'm kind of a bit lazy in the morning, so just doing it like so. But generally when I'm doing that, I just suspend it between the two chairs and just work on that through that, and it works great. So yeah, that's my recommendation for those of you guys who are currently looking. Fuck, I might just do it anyways. Give me just a second. I'm lazy in the morning, but good morning. I'm starting. So just suspending it like that, and I got correct height for the carpets, and because it's paper, you don't have to worry about shit falling all over the place. So typically my morning starts out like so, and in case I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but I'm wearing Crocs, and if I could do this while wearing Crocs, you should be able to do much better. So that's how I typically work my FFS thrust in the morning, and this works great. And training just doesn't have to be with just this. I could work on my Essential Calicula Streetsimo. Again, if I was to work on Baksat, just working on that and working on using Tadang's grip shot method, and I do have everything. So I can do 4, 4, 4. Again, learning not to go past the center line, which is crucial, because I state this to my students time after time again, because if you just keep your center line occupied, it's very difficult for your opponent to get a shot into you. But if you go past your center line, this is where it leaves you open. So very important to work on that as you develop your skill sets.